got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, 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 come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say. I can't stop the feeling. Oh, no, I can't stop the feeling. I can't stop the feeling in my body. Break it down. Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling. Got this feeling in my body. Come on. Wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. So good, so good. I got you. Wow, I feel nice. A sugar and spice. I feel nice. A sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got you. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can't do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, my love won't do you no harm. And I feel nice, that sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice, I got you. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can't do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, my love can't do me no harm. And I feel nice like sugar and spice. I feel nice like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice that I got you. Wow, I feel good. I knew that I would not. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, but I got you. So good, but I got you. So good, but I got you. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough
To keep me from getting to you, baby. Remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day
I'm Dr. Orita Mir, Chair of New Mexico Island University Faculty Senate. On behalf of all the faculty of New Mexico Highlands University, congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021 graduates. Earning an undergraduate or a graduate degree is a huge achievement, ever more so during a pandemic. Do not stop now. Follow your dreams and aspirations, regardless of your age or circumstances. If you want something, work hard for it to make it happen. The education you received at New Mexico Highlands University provides you with everything you need to succeed in life. Build on it. Keep learning and help your communities. Congratulations.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Sam Minner. I'm the president of New Mexico Highlands University. I want to thank you for participating in this virtual commencement ceremony. It's my sincere hope, I'm sure it's yours as well, that this will be the last virtual activity that we undertake here on the campus of New Mexico Highlands University. But thank you nonetheless during these difficult times, these challenging times, for participating in this commencement exercise.
I acknowledge that we are on the ancestral territories of the Tanoan tribes, including the 19 Pueblos, the Apache, the Comanche, the Dene, the Kiowa, and the Ute. We pay our respects to elders, both past and present, and we recognize these peoples were displaced to accommodate others in the name of progress. With humility, we recognize and respect all indigenous peoples, their histories, and their ties to the land.
And now, the presentation of colors and our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaimed, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Congratulations to all graduates, and thanks once again for allowing Highlands to be a part of your high achievement, a part of your dreams. Thanks to the family and friends who have supported students in this journey, and of course, thanks to the Highlands staff and faculty who have worked so hard to teach you at high levels, advise you, mentor you, coach you, and help you in any way they could. What does it mean to be a graduate from an institution of higher education at any level? The undergraduate level, the graduate level. These days, responses to that question are mostly instrumental. They're practical. People talk all the time about the facts, and they are true, that many graduates have access to better jobs or advancement in existing jobs. Graduates are likely to earn higher lifetime incomes than non-college graduates. The overall life opportunities for graduates are greater than otherwise. All that is true, absolutely true, and those practical benefits are important. There's just no doubt about it. But let me briefly turn to another domain of life that is also very important and tied to college graduation, at least in my mind, and that is leading a life of meaning and purpose. I might rephrase that to say leading a good life. How does that connect with college completion? The Greek philosopher Aristotle wrote often of the good life, and he asserted many times that such a life is a life of virtue. Virtue was an idea he talked and wrote about a lot. A life guided by high ideals of truth, fair play, justice. His idea, the good life consists of being known over the course of your lifetime by those characteristics. Are you known as being honest? Are you a good and true friend to others? Can you be trusted? Is your life guided by a strong sense of ethics? Can you name those, articulate them? More critically, could others name them after getting to know you? That's what Aristotle thought. My takeaway, according to him, Aristotle, a good life is not defined by what you say, but more critically, how others see you, others who know you. There must be a congruence there. Not just considering yourself a good person, you must be known by others to be a good person. Others need to recognize that. Now let's turn to another individual who had something to say about the good life, a great American president, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln is often considered the greatest American president of all time. He faced incredible challenges. The nation, our nation, was at war with itself on his watch, brother versus brother, family versus family, and he was tested all the time. I'd say tested like no other president, really. Perhaps tested like few others have ever experienced. He had much to say about the good life, but my favorite is this. To say you have convictions is one thing, but not enough. To embody convictions when all is well is another thing, but again, not enough. To live a good, a true life is to live your convictions when you don't want to, because it is hard. To live a good life is to adhere to your ideals and convictions with courage, even when times are difficult, unquote. So that's what he said. My Lincoln takeaway, saying you are a person of integrity is fine. And you know, almost everyone says that, don't they? But does that really hold up when things get tough? If so, according to Lincoln, you are leading a life of purpose and integrity. You are a good human being and acting accordingly. Now let's turn to another person, my beloved deceased grandmother, Fay Wolf. She was my maternal grandmother. Married at 14, or perhaps younger, lots of family mythology around that, uneducated, extremely poor, and one of the wisest persons I've ever met, one of the best persons I've met, and someone who was and is very influential in my life. My grandmother taught me many things. How to take responsibility for my actions, how to make chicken and dumplings, one of her favorites, how to hunt rabbits with beagles. She was not a philosopher per se, but as I noted, she was uneducated. But she provided me with tons of life wisdom about being a good person. Her best advice to me: do what is right when no one is looking. Do the right thing when no one is around. Do the right thing when there's no way for anyone to catch you doing otherwise. She shared some version of that advice with me probably hundreds of times. And that was some of the best advice I've ever received. My takeaway from her: a life well lived is guided by one's own actions and not really impacted by what others might say or do. Do the right thing. You do the right thing all the time. Don't worry about being caught acting otherwise. If you do the right thing, you don't have to worry about that at all. That's the path to a good life. So how do these three people, Aristotle, Lincoln, and Fay Wolf, touch upon this graduation celebration today? In my mind, they're definitely connected. Aristotle admonished people to hold certain ideals and to act accordingly, and to be known as that kind of person by others. As a person works through all the classes and activities in order to complete a degree, he or she will come into contact with many others, classmates, staff members, faculty members, and others. They will come to know you as a person of high ideals, of integrity or not. And their interactions with you will be shaped by how they perceive you. I truly believe that the experience most people have at university helps shape them, at least to some degree, into better human beings. Learning, gaining wisdom does that to people. It changes people. It changed me. So in my mind, things are connected that way. Lincoln talked about courage as an important element in living a good life. And in my mind, the decisions you all have made to do a hard thing, this thing today, something you did not have to do, that is, attend and graduate university, is a true demonstration of life courage. Could each and every one of you have devoted all that time, all that money and energy, attending classes, writing papers, reading, study sessions, to other pursuits? Well, of course, but you didn't. You chose a different path, a harder path. I would say a more courageous path. So again, in my mind, your university experience is very much tied to Lincoln's ideas. Finally, Fay Wolf, my grandmother, how does doing the right thing when no one is looking tie in any way to the path all of you have chosen? Again, in my mind, it does. Your life from this point on will be influenced by the experiences you had at university. No one would have blamed you to take another path. No one would have criticized you. You made the choice to improve your life and to make the world a better place on your own. Maybe someone was encouraging or, I don't know, perhaps discouraging you in the background to some degree, but fundamentally the choice was yours. You wanted to choose a better life. You wanted to gain. So that's how Fay Wolf's advice connects in my mind. So, HU graduates of 2021, your accomplishments symbolized in this ceremony are something you should be proud of. There's no guarantee, but you are likely to benefit from your accomplishments in a variety of practical and instrumental ways. Better jobs, advancement, more opportunities, and others. But as you move from this stage of your life, it is my sincere hope that you also heed the advice of Aristotle to lead a life in such a way to be known by others as a person of high integrity and ideals. What a beautiful thing. That's great if you say you are, but what do other people who know you say? That's Aristotle's test right there. To heed Lincoln, merely asserting that you live by high ideals, that's not enough. Let those ideals guide you when you face challenges in life, when things get tough. And as everyone knows, that will happen, no doubt. And finally, I ask that you consider going forward with Fay Wolf's advice to me. Live a good life, a life of purpose and meaning, and do what is right even when there is no chance of getting caught. Do the right thing when no one is watching. To me, that's really leading a good life. That's leading a life of purpose and meaning. That's integrity. It is my hope that your experience at HU will help you accomplish things in both domains: the practical and instrumental benefits of a solid HU education, and some guidance on living a life of meaning and purpose, a good life. That is my hope for all of you, for all of us, during this short time on this planet. And once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was such a privilege to even be a small part of your journey. Thank you for that opportunity. Congratulations, classes of 2020 and 2021. Well done. Now, go out into the world and make a better life for yourselves, your families, for all of humankind. What's waiting for you? Here's my hope: great jobs, professional advancement, lots of new and wonderful and interesting opportunities, and lives filled with deep meaning and purpose. Good luck. Good luck to all of you.
Good afternoon, fellow Regents, President Sam Minner, Honorable Dolores Huerta, honored guests, members of the faculty, family, and friends of the graduates, most of all, New Mexico Highlands University graduates. On behalf of the Board of Regents, it is my honor to welcome everyone today. Let me take a moment to recognize the past chairman of the Board of Regents, my mentor, Leveo Sanchez. His leadership continues to inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more. Regent Sanchez, thank you for your service and for your love of Highlands. Graduates, take the time to recognize the mentors who inspired you and contributed toward your continued success in life today. Pay it forward and serve as a mentor to others throughout your life's journey. To the families and friends of our graduates, thank you for the encouragement, support, and sacrifices that you have made. It is a day to be very proud of our graduates. To our graduates, I extend my warmest congratulations to all of you receiving degrees today. This special day belongs to you, a day to celebrate. I wish you continued success beyond graduation. Graduates, please take a moment to acknowledge all who supported you along the way. The faculty, your classmates, and those who encourage you along the way. You have worked hard, you have played hard, you have stumbled and gotten back up. It is a time to mark the end of one great journey and the beginning of a new one. I encourage you to reflect on your time at Highlands, the friendships you nurtured, the memories you created, and yes, the knowledge you gained. You will find the time you spent here at Highlands has shaped your values, and we hope transformed your life, your family's life, and the communities you are a part of. My hope is that your experience will inspire you to embrace the next part of your life's journey. Take advantage of the opportunities your degree provides you. Your energy and talents are needed to change the world for the better. Many graduates of Highlands have excelled in their chosen careers. I am confident that all of you will too. Just as your degree gives you the opportunity to succeed, your degree provides you with the responsibility and obligation to use what you have learned to improve the world around you. As you travel through the next part of your journey, remember what you have just accomplished and the hard work it took to arrive here today. That kind of effort and contribution will be needed as you grow in your career and in life. The pandemic has changed our world in ways we could not have imagined. Our celebration of your achievements is held virtually. Graduation parties with family and friends must be limited. Travel plans are put on hold. However, in any event, no matter how dire life circumstances appear, look for ways to use the situation positively. Remember, you can make lemonade from the lemons you have been given. I challenge you to think beyond today, not to let setbacks get you down. Respect the point of view of others. Look for solutions rather than excuses, and practice lifelong learning. Give back for the opportunities you have had. There will be a time to reflect upon your achievements and the success you have achieved, and a time to pay it forward. You can give back in various ways. Volunteer your time, your talents, and share your treasures. Use your special abilities to contribute to the betterment of society, and, most importantly, don't forget Highlands. Stay involved, encourage others to achieve, serve as a role model and a mentor to others, provide opportunity for others to experience and profit from Highlands, and join the Alumni Association or Booster Club. I would like to close with a reading of a poem that was given to me many years ago. It made such an impression on me that I had it framed and it hangs on the wall in my office. It is titled, Take the Power. This life is yours. Take the power to choose what you want to do and do it well. Take the power to love what you want in life and love it honestly. Take the power to walk in the forest and be a part of nature. Take the power to control your own life. No one else can do it for you. Take the power to make life happy. Congratulations, Highlands graduates. I wish you an amazing and successful future. On behalf of the Board of Regents, we know that you will make Highlands proud with your continued success throughout your lifetime. Thank you.
Mi buenas tardes, le de Dios, me quedo ante ustedes su humilde servidor Eric Romero. Eric Romero at your service. It is my pleasure to present you with some of the accomplishments and some of the biographical information of Ms. Dolores Huerta, but more so what's important is to understand the integrity, morality, and demonstration of humanity on the part of Ms. Dolores Huerta. In 1962, she and Cesar Chavez founded the United Farm Workers Union. She served as vice president and played a critical role in many of the union's accomplishments over a 40-year period. Dolores Huerta is president and founder of the Dolores Huerta Foundation. In 2002, she received the Puffin Nation $100,000 prize for creative citizenship, which she unselfishly used to create the Dolores Huerta's Foundation. The Dolores Huerta Foundation strengthens community-based organizing to state and national movements, works to register and educate voters, to advocate for educational reform, to bring about infrastructure improvements in low-income communities, and to advocate for the LGBTQ equity and local leadership development. Doña Dolores Huerta is a celebrated Latina labor leader, activist, and community organizer, and has contributed to humanitarian advocacy, community activism, and political reform for over 60 years. Dolores Huerta is a two-time U.S. Presidential Award recipient. She has received the Medal of Freedom Award from President Obama in 2012, the highest civilian award in the United States. She has also received the Eleanor D. Roosevelt Human Rights Award from President Clinton in 1998. Dolores Huerta has received many other awards, including Mexico's Order of the Aztec Eagle Award, the highest decoration awarded by the Mexican government to foreign nationals. She has received the James Smithson Award from the Smithsonian Institution. She has received the Icons of American Civil Rights Movement Award, bestowed to her in 2011 by the National Civil Rights Museum. Senora Huerta is a United States Department of Labor Hall of Honor inductee, and she was the first Latina inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. She is also a former University of California Regent. Besides these accomplishments, she is a humble, compassionate, giving individual, and we are proud to recognize her as a New Mexico native daughter. Muchísimas gracias, Doctora Dolores Huerta. Muy agradecido por su presencia y sus hazañas.
Hello, I just want to congratulate all of the graduates that are graduating now from Highlands University. And I was looking so forward to being there with you in person. Of course, the pandemic made it impossible for us to get together in person. But, you know, I lived in Las Vegas before I came to California. And every time I think of Highlands University, I think that's the school that I would have gone to had I remained in Las Vegas and not come to California. But we never know what our destiny holds for us. And of course, that goes for you also, because you don't know what your destiny holds for you. The one thing that we do know for sure is that you have received a quality education here at Highlands University. And of course, you have to go out and take all of your knowledge and experience that you learn and take it out to the world, because the world needs you at this point in time. We know that we are in a very critical moment right now in our United States of America. So many issues and challenges that have really been on us for so many years. Some might say even 400 years, 500 years, that now they are actually being looked at and seeing how it is that we're going to be able to change our society so that it can be a more equitable society, so that we do not have the economic inequalities, the racial inequalities that we have right now, gender equalities between men and women, et cetera. So, and of course, this is your task. And everything that you learned at the university is going to prepare you for this moment. The one thing that you do have to know for certain is that you are the ones that are going to have to change and challenge the issues that we have today. The one thing I learned in my community organizing work that I have done and working with farm workers is that we cannot wait for someone to come and solve our problems for us. We are the ones that are going to have to do it. And you might say, are the chosen ones, because many of you, I'm sure, have suffered from some of the inequalities that we have in our society. And if not, you have observed and you have seen them, and you do know that these issues have to be addressed. Well, now is the time that we can possibly do this, because we do have an awakening that is happening in our country because of the issues of racial injustice. And education, this is the key that is going to change everything, because we know that if we can get ethnic studies, labor studies, gender studies, just plain old science into all of our school system, that we can have an illumination. And so people that are confused about some of these issues, that they can finally learn what social justice looks like. And I'm going to give you all also an assignment, because there are some bills in the US Senate right now that need our attention. One of them is the Equal Rights Amendment for women. The other, immigration reform. Another, For the People Act, a bill that is being considered in the US Senate right now to make sure that everybody can vote and that there is no more voter suppression. So part of your obligations as you go out into the world is to become civically engaged. And one of the ways, of course, we know is by voting, but the other one is by advocacy. And these measures in the US Senate right now need your attention and your help. So I'm going to ask all of you to please email your US senators right there from New Mexico. And if you have friends in other states, ask them to do the same, to email the US senators or call them and say to them, please vote on these 3 measures. Immigration reform, so that all of our undocumented people can get their legalization and become citizens of the United States of America, just like it has been for decades, and we might say for centuries here in the United States of America, because every single immigrant group that arrived here, mostly from Europe at that time, were able to get their citizenship here in the United States of America. And we need that now for our undocumented citizens. The other one, as I mentioned, For the People Act, so that everybody can have the right to vote and not be oppressed. And the Equal Rights Amendment, so it can be in the Constitution of the United States, finally, in the Constitution, that men and women are equal, as we know, except for physical strength. So the civic action and civic duty is part of your obligation of the things that you need to do. And please get involved in your local communities as you go out into the world. See what's happening at the school board levels. Make sure that the curriculums that are being instituted in the schools have the ethnic studies component to it, so that we can eliminate discrimination against people of color. in our country, and discrimination against our LGBTQ community also. So you have already gotten the tools that you need to go out there and make this country better, a better country. And I can think of no better place than when you graduate from the state of New Mexico. I always like to say to everyone, you have to go to New Mexico to get humanized, because this is the one place where we know that people care about each other and they protect each other and they share, just like we did at the beginning of time when our species, Homo sapiens, were on this planet. This is how we survived, and this is how we will survive in the future. So we have to think locally, but we also have to think globally. And you might say, hey, we just got through studying, we just got our degrees, we don't need any more work. But we know that when we do go out there and do the activist work that needs to be done, this not only helps us grow as individuals, it makes us happier persons, but we are helping others. And this is the way that we can make sure that we can create a better society, a better world for everyone. So, muchas gracias. Los quiero felicitar a todos los graduados, a todos los parientes de los graduados, y muchas gracias por sus sacrificios. So I want to thank all of the parents. I want to thank the students, everybody that made the world possible for you. And as you go out there and you get your careers and your professions, don't forget, if you need help, ask somebody to help you. And if that person doesn't want to help you, go to the next person until you will find somebody that will support you and help you get onto your professions and your careers. I wish you all the best. I hope you all have a very great and a happy future, a joyful future. Don't forget to have fun while you're doing the important and the hard work that stands ahead of you. So, si se puede, and never forget that the power is in the people, and your job is to go out there, be a healer, be an ambassador, be an organizer. Tell people your story, your personal story, so that we can erase the ignorance that exists in our society, so that we can have a more equitable society where everybody, all the resources are shared for everyone. And we're going to keep on fighting to make sure that eventually we can get free tuition for all students in all colleges of the United States of America, so we can get free medical care and have good representation in our Congress and our state legislatures and in our school boards. That is the way we do it. We can make it happen. You will make it happen. Sí se puede. Y muchas gracias.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Rebecca Maldonado Moore, and I'm with the Facundo Valdez School of Social Work as a professor. And I also serve as the chair of the President's Council of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. On behalf of New Mexico Highlands University's President's Council, we recommended Ms. Dolores C. Huerta be awarded an NMHU honorary degree of laws. The recommendations was reviewed and approved by the NMHU Faculty Senate as well as our Board of Regents. A criteria for this award is that it is usually awarded to persons distinguished in general service to the state, to learning, and to humankind. Dr. Dolores Huerta has contributed significantly to the humanitarian fabric of the United States and has had impact on lives, communities, organizations, and policies.
It's a great pleasure to now award an honorary doctoral degree from New Mexico Highlands University. We do this on some basis, but it is a rare occurrence. It really has to be a special individual that we're honoring. There's a process on campus involving the faculty, the board, the administration. So it's a very careful selection. But what a wonderful and beautiful day, and what an honor it is to award the most recent Doctor of Laws to Ms. Dolores Huerta. Dolores, you've done so many incredible things in your life, such a champion and soldier for so many people, improving the world, making a difference every day. And for that, it is an honor. It really is a privilege to honor you with this honorary doctorate, Doctor of Laws from New Mexico Highlands University. We have an award for you, Dr. Huerta, if you can look. This award from Highlands, there's quite a bit of symbolism in this that I would like to briefly speak about. First of all, the flame that you see in this glass award recognizes the passing of knowledge, our core mission at New Mexico Highlands, passing knowledge and hopefully wisdom on to our students, and that's signified by the red. The green and blue signify our ties to land and water here in northern New Mexico, and New Mexico really throughout the world. So important to life, and I know so important to you as well over your lifespan career. And finally, the red symbolizes the shared humanity that flows between us and among us, connecting all of humankind in this thread of humanity. So, on behalf of the Board of Regents at New Mexico Highlands University, on behalf of my faculty colleagues, the staff, the administration of New Mexico Highlands University, congratulations, Dr. Huerta. We're so proud that you now have this doctoral degree from beloved alma mater, New Mexico Highlands University.
Thank you very much for this honorary degree from Highlands University. This means so much to me. I lived in Las Vegas, New Mexico before we came to California. And every time I go back to New Mexico and to Las Vegas and I see Highland University, I always think that is the college that I would have attended had I not come to California. So it is a very, very, very soft spot in my heart for this university. And to think that I'm getting this honorary degree, even though I wasn't able to attend the university, that makes it so very, very special. New Mexico is very deep in my heart. Wherever I go throughout the country, I always say to people, you have to go to New Mexico to be humanized. And of course, we have to say, you have to go to Las Vegas to see the real New Mexico, and to Highland University, which has graduated so many leaders in our country that have come from New Mexico itself and from Highlands University. So again, I want to thank the trustees. Thank you very much for giving me this honorary doctorate. I will treasure it for the rest of my life. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. And sí se puede.
It's now my pleasure and sincere honor to mention the posthumous degrees we'll be awarding at New Mexico Highlands this year. This is a somber moment, but a very, very proud one for us. The first individual who will be awarded a posthumous degree, Crystal Cervantes, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, a minor in Sociology, summa cum laude honors, the highest honors. Kyler Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science in Biology. Katie Flores, Bachelor of Social Work, summa cum laude with high honors. To the families and loved ones of these students, we thank you so much for entrusting your sons and daughters to us. Congratulations to all family members and to these students for their high accomplishments here at New Mexico Highlands University. They are now graduates of this institution.
Graduates, your degree attainment is an achievement. I know you all worked hard to reach this goal. However, I want to acknowledge a special group of people who were instrumental in your success. Some of these individuals will become your colleagues as you progress through your career. Please join me in thanking the faculty of New Mexico Highlands University for their dedication and commitment to you, your goals, and your success. Thank you, New Mexico Highlands University faculty, for all you have done for all of our students. As with the New Mexico Highlands University faculty, there are many, many others who have helped push, prod, encouraged, and supported you along this journey. Please take time today to thank those family, friends, coworkers, classmates, and community members who supported you in this major life events.
You might have noticed that some of the undergraduate candidates listed as having different types of honor recognitions. Students listed as cum laude with honors, meaning that they are recognized for a grade point average of 3.50 to 3.69. Students listed as magna cum laude with high honors, meaning that they are recognized for a grade point average of 3.70 to 3.85. Students listed as summa cum laude with highest honors, meaning that they've achieved a grade point average above a 3.86. Students listed with the word legacy signifies that the student has had one or more parents or guardians who have graduated from New Mexico Highlands University. Students recognized as veteran with branch and rank signifies that they are veterans or currently serving in the U.S. military. Will Provost Gonzalez please present the baccalaureate class of 2020 and 2021?
President Minner, on behalf of the faculty of New Mexico Highlands University, I present to you our candidates for the baccalaureate degree. Dr. Kimberly Blea, Dean of Students, will now recognize our baccalaureate candidates.
John Jacob Ortiz, Emily Amanda Anslover, Dennis Alejandro Aragon, Jasmine J. Archuleta, Maria T. Armijo, Maria Nieves Bascur Alarcon, Callie Nicole Boise, Megan Rose Bolin, Marilyn Rose Brito, Raitisha Shania Brown, Steve Joseph Bustos, Trevor Daquan Champion, Jacqueline Laureen Chasteen, Chelsea Elizabeth Connolly, Hannah Annette Cothran, Collins Hunter Couch, Dalvina Leanne Dell, Kelsey K. Durad, Kyle A. Douglas, Mariah Antoinette Fisher Korn, Alexis Ray Fletcher, Dominique Fresques Pena, Leandra Ashley Garcia, Marie F. Garcia, Aaliyah Yvonne George, Chantal A. Gonzalez, Lydia Isidora Gonzalez, Fatima H. Hamad, Byrixon Michael Lee Henderson, Alyssa Audrey Joel, Cynthia Keever, Trey Tyler Lapahi, Joy Elizabeth Lozzi, Ramona Hope Lucero, Lila Maestas, Paula M. Martin, Adriana Teresa Martinez, Christy M. Martinez, Deborah Renee Mayo, Avery Elizabeth Miller, Jerry J. Montano, Emeka Michael Nwabuzor, Robert Andrew Ortiz, Monica Dawn Papp, Rebecca Renee Peeble, Eloy Reina, Cassandra Sammons, Suzanne Meave Schaff, Zachary Sean Schroyer, Victoria Fe Sena, Alan Margaret Schroyer, Laura Lynn Sierra, Breezy Skenandori, Randy Richard Suazo, Jared Andrew Tafoya, Agnes Tafoya Romero, Jesse Earl Tucker, Alyssa Vargas, Sharessa Lynn Williams, Lavana Royette Williams, Devin Marie Zamora, Whitney Amber Alvarez, Ramon Raphael Atkins, Marcus A. Crawford, Raquel Ernest, Rebecca Jean Garcia, Jennifer Elizabeth Hooper, Rochelle E. John, Kaylee Ray Jones, Erica Danielle Lacey, Melissa Maria Melendez, Olivia Danae Muniz, Crystal Shelly Ann Robertson, Kathleen Jenny Romero, Lurie Lynette Sigala, David C. Tapia, Samantha Alyssa Tapia, Freddie Al Tun Cifuentes, Montana G. Varner, Shania Alicia Laranaga, Janine Selena Abeta, Erica Ainsworth, Talish Al Aragon, Catherine Serena Bradley, Sarah Catherine Brown, Kristen Nicole Burgett, Ashley Jennifer Candelaria, Susana Castañeda, Susana Regina Castellano, Edmundo Castro, Felicia Dawn Clear, Shannon Jean Collier, Chastity Monet Cortez, Callie T. Marie Danielle, Charlene Adriana Garcia, Algernon Heng, Stephanie Ann Hardy, Suzanne Elizabeth Huslig, Haley Lynn Hudson, Marilena Liana Knapp, Janice Laurel Kulser, Kimberly T. Lee, Linda C. Lee, Russell John Lefebvre, Carrie Iona Lim, Catherine Ann Marculin, Brittany McCallister, Nicole Renee McClung, Kimberly Marie McDowell, Pamela Yvette Ortiz, Alicia A. Padilla, Shantae Brianna Rivera, Veronica Elizabeth Romero, Nina Nicole Sandate, Nicole Jacqueline Scribner, J. Andre Schenk, Faru Mahmoud Tafoya, Araceli Treto Topete, Katie Morgan Trujillo, Jermaine C. Valdez, Charlotte Domingos Welter, Shelby Danae Whitlock, Tiffany Amber Esquivel, Philpatrick Gallegos, Amadeo Soilo Maestas, Billy P. Romero, Joshua James Romero, Victoria Fe Sena, Alicia Cyclianos, Ashlyn Nicole Trujillo, Adrian Robert Valdez, Monica Liana Cordova, Andrew Edward Gee, Adriana Berenice Martinez Guzman, Marcelina Luis Whaley, Nathaniel Salvatore Garcia, Monica Acevedo, Gina Marie Kappener, Maria Escobar, Amanda Estea Lucero, Lorena A. Sanchez. Morgan L. Apperson, Angelica Pauline Aragon, Charlene Behe, Deborah Ann Barbie, Eva Engracia Besara, Jaden Casey Benavides, Michael Cordado Benavides, Tanisha Love Betoni, Jared Robert Brown, Janelle Ruth Burmeister, Jenna Lynn Bustos, Angelia Irenea Carter, Marissa Teresa Chavez, Rose E. Clark, Victoria Kathleen Cordova, Dorea May Coris, Cheyenne Sierra Delgado, Damien Michael Derego, Gerardo Diaz, Crystal Don Dulea, Alejandro Escalante, Chance Logan Ewing, Matthew Edward Flores, Jorge Al Gallardo, Adrian Richard George, Robert Anthony Gomez, Dorothy A. Gonzalez, Belinda Mireya Gonzalez, Madison Haley Good, Kaylin Elise Green, David Tyler Green, Angelina Marie Guthrow, Suzanne C. Gutierrez Sanchez, Casey James Hayden, Autumn Reed Henry, Renee Lourdes Hernandez, Lacey Angela Howe, Araceli Ruiz Hurtado, Megan Elizabeth Jesianowski, Melissa Johnson, Kimberly A. Jones, Kendall Sophia Jordan, Jovita R. Key, Kathy Ann Keeson, Kisa King, Lauren Marie Kirby, Jordan Natalia Lewis, Leroy Leonard Lucero, Leah Lujan, Shannon Malagon, Darian Jason Manzanares, Maverick Owen Mares, Andrew Matias Martinez, Victoria Lorena Martinez, Janice Martinez, Jesse R. Martinez, Marlene Marisol Mazariegos, Lynette Sarah Melendrez, Alan J. Michel, Mariah Sarah Mills, Raquan Mitchell, Leah Ray Murphy Begay, Allison Rose New, Tashina B. Nez, Connor Ryan Ortega, Janelle Sophia Otero, Brianna Siobhan Pacheco, Amy M. Pessis, Kaylin Victoria Prosper, Mia Christine Ramirez, Bobby Cheyenne Rogers, Cherise Denise Romero, Christopher M. Romero, Randy Devin Romero, Melissa Leanne Roybal, Tracy Al Royer, Jamie Miranda Sandoval, Joanna Santangelo, Malachi Jacoby Segara, Tammy Melissa Sals, Sabrina Silver, Brianna Elay Stewart, Nikita R. Tenorio, Gloria Yesenia Trejo de Luna, Nicole Kristen Tsinsingin, Valerie Valdez, Ayin Joel Varela Romero, Michelle Angela Vargas, Miranda Al Vigil, Rebecca M. Vigil, Journey Crescenda Vigil, Anastasia Rose Woolridge, Nicole Veronica Abeta, Charisse Charlene Arianes, Ariana Christine Baca, Lay Candice Baca, Melina M. Baca, Patricia Rose Ben, Melody Shannon Bernal, Dana Michelle Bishop, Paula Juliette Bustamante, Derek James Bustos, Brenda Rose Castillo, Jordan A. Cepeda, Sierra D. Foley, Gina May Fresques, Emmy Fuentes Diaz, Dorothy Luis Gutierrez, Luke Alexander Hall, Sarah Janet Huffhines, Casey Robin Johnson, Calvin T. Martinez, Victor J. Martinez, Judah Ben Agapito Montaño, Rosalie Juanita Montaño, Mitchell Roy Nakai, Adrian Ornelas, Xavier Delam Patterson, Brenda Sue Penser, John Logan Pine, Marissa Michaela Rodriguez, Quanisha Romero, Sophia Mariana Roybal, Dylan G. Riles, Alyssa Stewart, Charmaine Thomas, Reina Vigil, Kyle Palani Viajar Kabakungan, Randall Bertram McCallan, Tayana Merkisha Mitchell, Frank Anthony Naranjo, Lily Padilla, Stephen James Snyder, Natasha Vasquez, Kiana Nieves Gutierrez, Pamela Lynette Jaquez, Sarah Ashley Landavazo, Pamela Jean Suarez, Samantha Herlina Valverde, Shala Ray Woltag, Eric Alvarez, Nayeli Martinez Amaya, Andres Vicente Archuleta, Tyler Morgan Archuleta, Patrick Bolos, Abigail Butler, Rita Ann Daniels, Joseph Lee Casey Estrada, Pascal G. Fari, Timothy Jacob Fernandez, Carly Drew Griego, Anaí Hernandez, Sage Elijah Martinez, Selena T. Naranjo, Leah Fanny Osborne, Regina Monique Rind, Alexandra Nicole Rodriguez, Jasmine Guadalupe Ann Romero, Aretha Jane Roybal, Enrico Tenorio, Sharon Toaco, Alicia Michelle Trujillo, Zachary Alex Yee, Tia Le Abeta, Francesca Alvarado, Kimberly Lydia Anaya, Raquel Callie Anaya, Cassandra M. Andrade, Laurel Jessica Antonio, Christina M. Albach, Samantha Monique Baca, Samuel A. Barella, Shauna Daisy Begay, Donna Lynn Benavides, Edwina D. Bernal Lujan, Diana Lynn Blade, Alex Juarez Bienrostro, Bernice Faye Chavez, Tanya Lynn Chavez, Josefina Ramona Chavez Villa, Sarah Lillian Clark, Tomasita Renee Dawes, Arabella May Egger, Martin Jose Erives, Carla Hannah Espinosa, Neva Leanne Ewing, Derek J. Gallegos, Brittany Lorraine Garrison, Donna Ann Gomez, Isabella Rose Gomez, Rana J. Ahmad, Lucinda Yvette Hardy Constant, Catherine Charlotte Hazard, Francesca Henry, Corina A. Jim, Jared Neil Kinsinger, Jose Samuel Lechuga, Elizabeth A. Lopez, Jamie Lovato, Leroy Leonard Lucero, Nikki Renee Mares, Haley Jade Martinez, Leslie N. Martinez, Janae Marie Matai, Thomas Michael McCauley, Damian DJ Joseph Medina, Emily Hicks Malencon, Estefanita Moreno, Haley Nakai Naki, Janice Lynn Oldfield Goodrich, Daniela Consuelo Otero, Antonia Yvonne Paruli, Anne Constance Patterson, Melinda Mary Petty, Norma Yvonne Quesada, Shania Romero Ramirez, Janelle Jasmine Sandoval, Lynette Y. Satriana, Jasmine Lene Sena Gonzalez, Dominique Amalia Shaky, Mallory Amaya Smith, Sherry Marguerite Sperlin, Catherine Leigh Stevens, Lynette Trujillo, Deja Unique Vanderslice, Irene Elizabeth Villarreal, Mark Emery Went, Dustin Garrett Wilder, Beverly Ann Yazzie, Alexander Keith Abeta, John Francis Ainsworth Jr., Kenneth Ray Brooks, Kaylin Marie Bustos, Alex Joseph Candelaria, Gabrielle Cecilia Castillo, Shauna Lynette Charlie, Jesus Guillermo Chavez, Barry Charles Edwards Jr., Alice Lee Inglesby, Aaron Michael Lopez, Marcy G. Loudermilk, Akira Amy Lucero Chavez, Alexis Marie Martinez, Victoria A. Martinez Lucero, Caitlin Colby Medley, Seth A. Mender, Michelle Denise Padilla, Freddie Inez Ramirez, Wendy Angelica Salas Figueroa, Noel Alexandra Topman, Kenneth Abe Yara, Carla A. Young Batts, Wilana J. Benali, Israel Farfan, Maria Anita Francisco, Lucille N. Lujan, Lawanda Lynn Platero, Alexander Sensei Southa, Martin Robert Neto Roque, Rebecca Lee Sharp, Robin Renee Longenecker, Margaret Doyle Schluter, Michelle Vivian Winner, Andrea Isabel Yee, Edgar Eduardo Larios, Mario Christopher Urioste, Noah Christopher Broomfield, Patrick J. Elias, Richard Marcus Hill, Truett Thai Ho, Michaela Shannon Lee, Amanda Jolene Lobato, Michelle Lynette Maestas, Anna Martinez, Emery K. Martinez, Esperanza Feliz Martinez, Dana Ann McIntosh, Mariah Danielle Nieto, Jacqueline Eve O'Connell, Sierra Caroline Provencher, Sonia Marie Romero, Angelica Elisa Sanchez, Vanessa K. Sanchez, Yvette Raquel Weisenhunt. Nolan Bernard Mulroy, Danielle Joe Apodaca, Lauren Marie Armenta, Crystal Isabel Cervantes, Jacqueline Monica Chavez, Pamela Marie Chavez, Matthew Ryan Chavez, Kathleen Leneve Christensen, Catherine Manuela Dallimore, Anne-Marie Margaret Alsbury, Claudia Susana Flores, Brendan Cade Fulton, Laura Suzette Gonzalez, Dominic Jude Graston, Cheyenne Tiara Graves, Santana Gabriel Guerra, Joanna Rose Guerrero, Donovan Thomas Hawkins, Krista Kathleen Hearn, Anissa Tais Hernandez, Monica Hernandez Rubio, Casey Hoyt, Joseph Anthony Jaramillo, Leanne Elizabeth Kirsten, Lance Matthew Kilgore, Jake Paul LeMay, Petra Erica Longoria, Corey Lynn Lopez, Diana V. Maestas, Andrea Manzanares, Vanessa J. Marquez, Nikki Christine Martin, Claudia Gayatan Martinez, Crystal A. Martinez, Gabriela Ivan Mascareñas, Jonathan Gunnar Mefford, Ashlyn Sarah Mendoza, Rain Lee Montoya, Kendrick Irvin Nichols, Kishana Alyssa Ackerman, Kimberly Ann Ortiz, Janessa J. Padilla, Jacqueline Faith Pena, Noah Ricardo Perez, Daniela Resendiz, Hope Noel Richard, Lyndon Clark Ritchie, Eloy Cruz Roybal, Christina Selena Roybal, Esperanza Guadalupe Filomena Saiz, Joshua Anthony Sanchez, Eva M. Sandoval, George Owen Schubert II, Maria Diana Scott, Sharina Shepard, Brenda Desiree Starr, Magali Tovar, Janice Lynn Van Herwarden, Marie Vasquez, Rafaela A. Ware, Tammy Ray Danielle Wasson, Bailey Shea Willis, Luke Wood, Amber Lynn Yara, Galen E. L. Young, Mariah Lynette Anaya, Emily Breen Bouchard, Sonia Elisa Castillo, Michelle Laurel Cates, Summer Ray Charlie, Kevin Lee Dominguez, Amy Lucille Fairchild, Miguel Gilbert Garcia, Jamie Harvey Reset, Lucinda Lou Kitsiliboy, Griffin Wilson Logan, Maria C. Lujan Griego, Alexandria Medina, Jordan Andy Miliano, Samantha Elizabeth Montoya, Lorianne Rodriguez, Elijah Kenneth Schoutmer, Darren Jordan Scott, Nathan Ray Cedillo, Lindsay Taylor Tucker, Juliana Dominique Vigil, June G. Gallegos, Roger Luis Gavi, Mary Michelle Hopper, Tiffany Christine Eiler, Philip Kern, Monique Flora Locke, Olivia A. Lovato, Cassie Adriana Martinez, Daniel Nazario Martinez, Roberta M. Padilla, Kenneth Dale Ryan, Cameron Will Startzman, Elizabeth Crystal Connor, Crystal Lee Quintana, Agustin Richard Romero, Daniel James Romero, Kenneth Santisteban, Alicia Marie Claire, Amanda Jessica Martinez, Delilah Aislinn Silva, Brandy Brianna Garcia, Angelique Chantal Garcia, Angelique Arias, Beatrice Veronica Jude Armijo, Rachel Callie Begay, Angela K. Bush, Kayla May Bustos, Gretchen E. Kane, Danielle Marie Carty, Ariana Marissa Castillo, Alicia Kayleen Chavez, Diego Elevario, Gabrielle Elizabeth Green, Sharon Lynn Hanagarni Benali, Esperanza Tomika Kennedy, Roxana Lazaro, Aurelia May Lee, Marie Lynette Llamas, Concepcion Irma Lozano de Castañeda, Alan Salvador Lujan, Desiree Annette Lucero Maddox, Deja Renee Marquez Wells, Crystal Rose Ortiz, Eric Matthew Pappas, Cameron Spencer Polich, Anthony Cristoval Romero Jr., Sarah Marie Sandoval, Jan E. Scher, Clara Jade Sevi, Shannon Nicole Shorty, Carla Marlene Cifuentes, Alyssa J. Tafoya, Scott Anthony Toms, Brianna N. Velasquez, Demi Gina Von Amalungsen, Louis B. Webb, Antonia Ann Weller, Christopher Jacob Bobbert, Emily Justine Bosch, Robert Michael Correa, Adriana Alyssa Crispin, Alicia Delina de Herrera, James Joseph Garcia, Dylan Logan Gassaway, Jeffrey Allen Hawkins, Andre Harold Joe, Caesar Anthony Martin, Mark Anthony Montoya, Paul Arthur Pacheco, Jonathan Rivera, Victoria Haley Rodriguez, Desiree Danielle Santillanes, Amber Toneo Simpson, Felicia Victoria Varela, Carly Ray I. Montano, Carolyn Teresa Newton, Diamond Ogodo, Beatrice Veronica Jude Armijo, Renee Alexis Saavedra, Annie Topol, Alexandra Marie Alderete, Rosemary Lynn Anderson, Celia Armendariz, Annagel Augustine, Trinity John Begay, Stacy Evelyn Bostic Barros, Linda Batoni, Rachel Lee Brassel, Casey Ray Burris, Michelle E. Casillas, Cynthia Espinosa, Katie Christine Flores, Reina Celine Garcia Trujillo, Diana Gomez Pena, Shelly K. Himes, Christopher I. Holmes, Curtis Lee Hutchinson, Kayla Ann Jack, Calvina Jackson, Isabel Jaramillo, Joey Claude Jimenez Jr., Eva Marie Keltner, Cherie G. Lavasor, Mary H. Lopez, Conception Martinez, Imelda Martinez, Kayla Leanne McCoy, Linda M. Palos, Jacqueline Suzette Ramirez Beatrice, Merlinda Carmen Rose, Avelina T. Salazar, James Carlo Santaguida, Kelly Ann Schneid, Gabriela Josephine Sena, Luella Diana Tafoya, Erin Amethyst Talamante, Alicia Bobby Camry Thompson, Jordan Lee Trujillo, Crystal Robin Trujillo, Evelyn Vasquez, Nubia Itzanami Vergara Garcia, Monica Larissa Vezino, April Sherry Wilson, Cecilia Jeanette Blea, DeAndre Marquise Howell, Kyle Jeffrey Pappendorf, Andrea Lynn Sills, Nathan John Vetter, Cameron Danielle Ziegler, Elsa Nereida Aguirre Mendez, Alexis Priscilla Alvara, Celine E. Lucero, Evelyn J. Rivera, Amanda Marina Wagner, Brianna Sue Albo, Chelsea Audrey Dykstra, Deborah Lynn Herford, Willema Kwanzaa Natali, John Andrew Montoya, Raylyn April Mora, Mason Ryan Myrie, Arissa Rochelle Monique Olguin, Elizabeth Pacheco, Catherine Regalado, Derek Tyler Rodriguez, Danica Lawanja Thurgood, Maggie J. Millette Rivera, Tanya Joy Tatsoni, Taradena Melissa Sosi Yazi, Callie Elizabeth Anala, Lorena Emily Castañeda, Heather Marie Griego, Kiara Tai Zuni, Jose J. Chacon, Chastity Hope Aguilar, Ashley Rochelle Birmingham, David James Bustos, Alika Marissa Chalker, Sonia Chansey, Mariah Raquel Charlie, Julia Nicole Comer, Alexandra Ann Frazier, Natasha Nicole Lucero, Michael James Mason, Teresa Tiffany Montoya, Carla Rodriguez Romero, Rachel Marie Salazar, Samantha Lee Sanchez, Lenora Taccini, Brooke Aline Wood, Marin Gassowin Woods, Jacob T. Mossberg, Jennifer Michelle Arellano, Orlandra Marlene Smith, Natalia Luz Marujo, Nicholas Armando Martinez, Nicholas Joseph Sanchez, Grace Alicia Lopez, Justin C. Mares, Bianca Rosalia Martinez, Amy Nacky, Elizabeth Jane Tafoya, Haley Rochelle Blackwell, Brianna Rochelle Bradford, Durala Renee Bunce, Tabitha Olivia Chavez, Case Michael Conklin, Esmeralda Coronado, Brooklyn Ray Delozier, Sarah Jane Ferris, Aaron Bruce Favaloro, Lorenzo Alviar Iglesia, Caleb Miles Kazuski, Marissa Danae Loera Madrid, Joaquin Christopher Lucero, Alexandria Olivia Martinez, Roman Brandon McCabe, Cassandra Lynn Medina, Gary J. Montoya, Elizabeth Adelaide Moore, Jackie Lee Procopio, Megan Grace Rios, Franklin Dale Thomas, Francesca Reese Thompson, Aliana Marie Usasan, Reagan Emily Cortazo, Brooklyn Ray Delozier, Chrislyn Brianna Padilla, Amber Jean Brito, Brianna Lene Brown, Kate Maureen Diem, Haley Marin Esquivel, Dylan Montoya, Savannah Marie Padilla, Joshua Ben White, Nicolette R. Garcia, Amanda Lynn Garley, Shandy Wayne Hajek, Cara Susanna Latil, Maria Fernanda Lely, Seth Benjamin Douglas Miller, McKaylee Joy Millsaps, Monica J. Robbins, Ashley Raquel Kinzel, Amani N. Ali, Sheila Kathleen Bayer, Susanna Corpus, Kendall Jacqueline Garcia, Alicia Yasmin Garcia, Kimberly Deanna Holgate, Mandy Lyon, Soledad Maldonado Cardoza, Andrew Vincent Martinez, Catherine Leora Scott, Carmen Vargas, Andrea Feliz Vigil, Maria Guadalupe Cardenas, Blake Joseph Collier, Jeremy M. Fernandez, Tanisha C. Herrera, Warren Isaac Roybal, Elise Page Salas Gladstone, William Horton Reinecke IV, Delanne Marie Terrell, Michelle Rick Cadwell, Cape Thomas Massapoust Chandler, Melina Kaylee McDermott, Eugenio Juan Padilla, Valerie Renee Angel, Michael J. Areline, Alexandria Noel Askew, Francis Joel Carruthers, Catalina Maria Garcia, Gabrielle Marie Martinez, Sabine Francisca McCluskey, Allison Rose McKinley, Michaela Marcelina Ortiz, Kateri Ruth Pino, Alexis August Rosada, Fawn Stephen Talk, Patricia L. Thielen, Lucy Ann York, Kadisha C. Adams, Brooklyn Marie Aragon, Martine Jerry Aragon, Leonard Amadeo Arias, Terrence Jude Baca, Samantha Jade Baxter, Matthew Cordova, Alessa Lauren Ann Darley, Rita Hussein Alkami, Isaac Jude Garcia, Amber Lynn Gonzalez, Orlando G. Guerra, Stacy Lee Johnson, Kevin Sean Medina, Christina J. Norton, Destiny Monique Nuno, Casey Blue Pike, Alexis C. Ramirez, Carmen Alashani Roendolas, Trinity Raquel Seiss, Andrea Lucia Sena, Mitchell Douglas Shaw, Robert Thomas Shirley, Valerie Jean Tabby, Daniel Ray Ulivari, Karina Elizabeth Vega, Connor Gausen Woods, Paulana Gail Zamora, Albertina Lavera Secondi, Samantha Joanne Gallegos, Jessica Michelle Perkle, Gabriela Merced Smith, Victoria Ray Alfaro, Felicia R. Baca, Linda J. Gonzalez, Heidi Lee McLaughlin, Bernalina Soto, Vanessa Soto Vega, Justice Marie Ainsworth, Samantha Jade Baxter, James Michael Boyle, Nicole Diaz Flores, Kevin Lee Diego Ortega, Agnel Lawrence Riviero, Bailey Raquel McEwen, Craig Matthew Winston, Adriel Ray Rodriguez, Raylyn Monique Sanchez, Anna Sofia Lyons, Daniela Guadalupe Salcedo, D. Thomas, Nydia Bolden, Monica Johnson, Quentin Pino.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of New Mexico Highlands University, I hereby confer upon your bachelor's degrees, and I welcome you into the Highlands family as alumni, well prepared to make a difference for the better in our communities, states, and nations.
New Mexico Highland University graduates consist of students whose family members themselves were graduates of NMHU. We have many international students, athletes, first-time college students. Some are moms and dads, some are even grandparents, active duty members, and veterans. Whatever your role in life, the faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Regents of New Mexico Highlands University extends many, many, many congratulations and best wishes for you on this next phase of life's journeys. We are so proud to call you NMHU Cowboys and Cowgirls. Go Cowboys, go Cowgirls. Students, it is time for one final event to mark your graduation. Please move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your mortarboard to signify your graduation. If you ever forget which side the tassel goes on, remember you wear it on the left side over your heart to remember your alma mater, New Mexico Highlands University. Please move your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you New Mexico Highlands University baccalaureate degree candidates, now recipients of 2020 and 2021.
Hi, my name is Janae Ledger, President of the Highlands University Alumni Association. What an exciting day. As someone who has been through what you just went through, I can completely relate to what it feels like to finish up years of hard work and officially mark one of the most significant successes of your life. Because we know what it takes to reach this celebration, the Highlands Alumni Association applauds your accomplishments. Congratulations. But our support for you does not stop there, and we hope your engagement with Highlands University doesn't end today. We share this experience with you because we also graduated from this small, tight-knit university. We are part of the same team, and we are here for you. The Alumni Association has a lot to offer as you launch or continue with your career. We are a network of former graduates that can provide you with advice and contacts throughout the state and beyond. We want to help you succeed because we feel connected, but we also are committed to the success of Highlands. The future success speaks to the quality of this school and the depth of the Highlands community. The perks of being part of Highlands don't end when you graduate. When you were a student, you had access to student discounts, campus events, and special projects. As an Alumni Association member, the perks continue with statewide and online events for alumni near and far. But the perks are just a window dressing. The members of the Alumni Association feel like we greatly benefited from our years at Highlands. We want to give back to current and future students by building scholarship funds and helping the best and brightest and those who must overcome obstacles to be here. And we want to give back to this community and to the community that is New Mexico through your success and the success of your classmates. But we need you to do it. We need your input to make Highlands the best it can be. We need your creativity, intelligence, skills, experience, and passion to help make this critical educational institution in this beautiful community the best it can be at improving the lives of its students. Highlands can change lives, and you can help this school, our school, do it. The Alumni Association is here for you with a network of connections and professional experience. We want, with your help, to make a difference for the next generation of students, and together we can. Again, congratulations, best of luck in all your future endeavors, and we hope to see you around.
alto de una abrupta serranía, acampado se encontraba un regimiento y una moza que valiente lo seguía, locamente enamorada del sargento. Popular entre la tropa era Adelita, la mujer que el sargento idolatraba, que además de ser valiente era bonita, que hasta el mismo coronel la respetaba. Y se oía que decía aquel que tanto la quería, si Adelita se fuera con otro, la seguiría por tierra y por mar, si por mar en un buque de guerra, si por tierra en un tren militar. Si Adelita quisiera ser mi esposa, y si Adelita ya fuera mi mujer, me compraría un vestido de seda para llevarla a bailar al cuartel. ¡Qué bonita mi Adelita, sí señor! Y después que terminó la cruel batalla y la tropa regresó a su campamento, por la vez de una mujer que sollozaba, la plegaria se oyó en el campamento. Al oírla el sargento temeroso de perder para siempre su adorada, escondiendo su dolor bajo el rebozo, a su amada le cantó de esta manera. Y se oía que decía aquel que tanto la quería, si Adelita se fuera con otro, la seguiría por tierra y por mar, si por mar en un buque de guerra, si por tierra en un tren militar. pa' ti, pa' mí, ahí arriba, ahí arriba. Ahí arriba, ahí arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bam, 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 bam. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Bam, 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 bam. Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia pa' ti, pa' mí, ahí arriba, ahí arriba, ahí arriba, ahí arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré.